Why is it necessary for us to have a religion? There are many other living beings in this world who have no idea whatsoever about practicing or following a religion. But they too live and enjoy their life, and they also find out their requisite. I think they have less worries and responsibilities than human beings. Again, there is another thing that I really cannot understand. When we study various other subjects such as arithmetic, geography, biology, chemistry, philosophy, psychology, all of us jointly share the ideas and views regarding these subjects, and those who have studied those subjects do not discriminate others. They can get together, work together, live together, eat together. But when they come to religion, it's very funny. Human beings, their mentality, one religious group cannot join with the other religious group. I really cannot understand why it is. Not only that, forbidden. One religious group to join with another religious group is strictly prohibited. Also regarded as a sin. Very bad. But when they study various other subjects, they never discriminate like this. When they eat together by attending various other functions, holding dinner parties, also they can join together as good friends without any discrimination. But when they come to practice their religion, they hate, they discriminate, they try to condemn and accuse. I cannot understand where the mistake is. Have you got any idea about it? Because human beings are facing enormous problems all over the world because of this religion or religious attitude or discrimination or hostility towards other religious groups. And the competition also very unhealthy to drag others into their own religious groups. But when they come to many other subjects, they do not adopt this attitude. My personal understanding is this. I do not know whether you can agree with me or not. When you study mathematics, science, technology, and many other scientific subjects, we study these things as practical subjects because we have evidence to accept according to our experiment, studies and understand. Therefore, there is nothing very much for us to argue or discriminate and disturb others. But religion is entirely a different subject. In fact, there is nothing very much for us to prove. All our religious practices and beliefs are concepts. Most of them are imaginations. There is nothing to prove. We can argue to prove that our belief, our concept, our tradition, our practices are correct. Others also got their own reasons in the same manner. By depending on their imaginations and belief. That is why they discriminate others, that human emotion. For other subject, we do not use our human emotion. Practical way, we try to justify. But when you come to religion, we do not approach in that way. Through human emotion. Human emotion is very sensitive. So sensitivity in a religion based on this. So we use our human emotion through religion, then discriminate others. This is my personal understanding. I do not know whether you can agree with me or not. And there is something for you to think, those who can think, because many people don't want to think. When they come to religion, they don't want to think. They must stop thinking if they want to practice religion. So, why we need a religion? My second question. Our human minds are more advanced. Because of this development, we can find some extraordinary characteristics or attitudes in our human mind which we cannot find among animals and in various other living beings, known or unknown, seen or unseen. Different mentality, way of thinking, and understanding capacity. We have human intelligence. Through this human intelligence, we try to develop our sense of reasoning. This sense of reasoning we cannot find in other living beings. They have no reasoning power. Most of them use only instinct by nature. So they live, especially animals, by following the nature, by using their instinct. But human beings, because of the development of their human mind, they have gone beyond that limit by violating the existing nature. Instead of following this nature, we violate and try to do something for our satisfaction, for our pleasure. Then we develop two dangerous mental attitudes. They are very, very dangerous. Selfishness and cunningness. Animals also maintain very lesser degree of selfishness, we can see. Cunningness, I think, very, very rare. We cannot find cunningness or crookedness amongst animals. But salient features or special characteristics in human life, human mind, is cunningness. Can you find out a single human being on this earth today who is really honest? They know or they talk a lot about religion or philosophy and various other subjects like morals and ethics. But as far as honesty is concerned, there is some sort of loopholes. Now this is the nature of human mind. Then why do they want to use this cunningness? Because of their selfishness. And that selfishness nurtured or developed so many other evil forces in the same mind. Selfishness developed jealousy. Jealousy creates anger. Anger turns into hatred. Hatred creates violence and bloodshed and death. Now you can understand where this trouble started from. Came from selfishness. Now let us refer to the Buddha. How he realized. He had been studying various philosophy, religions, all the existing scientific subjects at that time, 2500 years ago. But he could not gain the answer to find out what is the cause, main cause of all these problems that we are facing. Common belief is God create all these problems, if not devils create these problems, ghosts and some other unfortunate living beings create this problem, if not planets and stars create these problems, evil forces create this problem. We always refer to some external forces, but never consider that human mind is responsible for our own problems. One day, so one of the devas, I think you know the meaning of devas, approached the Buddha at midnight and asked these questions. When you read one particular chapter of Sutra Pitaka, Samyutta Nikaya, Devata Samyutta, one chapter, dialogue, discourses the Buddha has delivered, he had with the Devas questions and answers and dialogue and discussion. This Mangala Sutra, Parabhava Sutra also belong to same group. And here in this particular discourse, a Deva approached and asked this question. Anto jata bahijata jataya jatita paja tang tang gotama puchami ko imang vijataye jata. This is the question. This is the first stanza in that book, Visuddhi Magga, Path of Purification. Then, by taking the answer given by the Buddha, Venerable Buddha Ghosa, I think about 7th century, has written more than 700 pages. You know, those days there were no typewriters, no computers, no pencils, no pens, no papers. But they had the courage and knowledge to write more than 700 pages to explain the real meaning of these sayings of the Buddha. Today we can read this as path of purification. The meaning of this question is, in simple language, without following or giving the literary translation,